What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel, and I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here we are on Thursday, and in less than 24 hours, we will be talking about, or at least watching, WandaVision, and we will be talking about it tomorrow morning on tomorrow morning's show. Gonna hopefully have Chillmonger here on the show. We'll have our after show thoughts and everything, so I hope you're all here and ready for that. But yeah, I guess I better get a hold of Chillmonger today to let him know, hey man, we're gonna be ready for tomorrow. But I believe should be able to get in another community stream tonight, guys. So if you are hanging around later this afternoon, or it's this afternoon for me, if you're out on the East Coast, it'll probably be the evening for you. But, you know, if you're in other parts of the world, make sure that you check your local listings and be ready for the community stream tonight. We'll bring some people in. We'll talk about some stuff. We'll maybe talk about some of the crazy theories I've had, maybe some of the crazy theories that you've got. So make sure that you're subscribed and click the little bell and all that good stuff. I mean, it's going to help you know when to be here for the stream later today. But anyway, guys, and there's something else I wanted to talk about. You know, something strange happened. Something strange happened yesterday. You know, it was New Comic Book Day yesterday, and I got a couple of comics here that I've got to get left to read for the week to get read and be caught up. I actually got I think 3 left from last week. I got to read to get caught up on. But well, you know, I've been theorizing about stuff here, and yesterday I was talking about this video I have, my theory video, that's got all this stuff breaking down all these different things, showing all this different stuff, right? And as I was sitting there, I got the last of the clips ready to splice together and everything for this video. And as I was sitting there, I'm telling you, I get lost in this stuff. I start going crazy. I'm sitting there splicing all this stuff together, getting ready to get started on this video, and well, what did I do? Dang it. Of course, I went and I did even more research. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there thinking, like, Trinity, you're a YouTuber. You're not supposed to be researching anything. You're just supposed to flap your gums and act like you know what you're talking about, right? That's what YouTubers do. You're not supposed to research? Why would you do that? I know. Like I said, something strange happened yesterday. And I got on Marvel Unlimited and I started digging into some of, like, you know, just some of the past of some of these different characters, reading some books, you know, read a little on Wonder Man, read a little bit on this, read a couple of Avengers issues, read a couple of, you know, some stuff about Vision. And then, naturally, what did I do? Yeah, I went out there and I loaded up that Scarlet Witch and Vision series, right? The one where they have the baby. I shouldn't have done that. Because amongst all the other theories I already have, by the time you start reading this story and seeing what we've seen in this series so far, along with the theories I've already got, man, needless to say that sleep was, well, I got sleep last night. Believe me, I got plenty of sleep, but my mind was racing. My mind was racing thinking about all of these things, getting caught up and researching all this reading. And man, I'll tell you, it's going to, I think this episode 3 we're going to have some great things in store here. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get here into the live chat, see who all we've got here. We got my man, ReeferMan Reviews. Guys, make sure you go check out ReeferMan's channel, man. I was watching his video yesterday. He did talking about bad ideas. And, well, it's a bad idea if you check out the video, because there's, you know, he's talking about some great comic books getting ready to come out from a new comic book publisher called Bad Idea. He says, what did you say? I can hear this whole... where can I hear this whole song? I want to do a reaction to it. I know you were in the band, so make it happen. yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And let me, you know, I just realized. Okay, all right. I just realized I was recording yesterday. I didn't want to make sure that my microphone was too hot. I didn't want to make you know, you're sitting there like with your earphones blasting and all. Yeah, and believe me, I've kind of got stuff turned down already here anyway. Coachella Coastal, thank you so much for being here. XR Coon, how are you doing? What is up? Says, I was in the middle of a Shapiro vid. What were you doing in the middle of a Shapiro vid? What were you doing that for? Okay, Eric Hines says, why not do the community stream in the morning? In the morning from now on when parents are working. Oh well, well, why would if parents are working right now? That like they're the ones we need. Like, because if you look at my channel analytics, it's a bunch of boomers who watch my channel anyway. It's a bunch of boomers like myself who watch my channel anyway. So I can't cater to the kids. Besides, if you've ever been here for the Friday night show, you probably already know this definitely isn't for kids. Thank you so much for being here, Eric. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not. All right. So yeah, guys. Yesterday I was on Monday. I was talking about some stuff. I've kind of been going through a lot of these clips and everything from WandaVision last week. That intro to episode 2 of WandaVision is like, you know what? At this point, I think both of those two episodes, I think both those first 2 episodes are pretty much like what I'm looking at. It's nothing but world expansion. It's full and loaded with Easter eggs, both of these episodes. But that introduction that they had there on the episode 2. One of the things I was talking about on Monday was, I was theorizing about this character called Black Talon. I was like, did they reference him here? I feel like they referenced Black Talon. And then I got in and I started reading the, let's get that right there. I started reading that WandaVision series, and, there's some very interesting things. Right on the cover of the very first issue of WandaVision is Black Talon. Black Talon's he's right on the cover of the very first issue. I didn't know that. I did not know, believe me when I say I did not know that previous to Monday. Actually previous to yesterday, really. But on Monday I definitely didn't know that when I was talking about some of this stuff. I was talking about Black Talon. Was he referenced in here? It was just something I looked up because I seen when I was going through looking for Easter eggs on the WandaVision trailer at the very beginning there. I was noticing I was noticing that the sign changes when the WandaVision, it says the West View sign when they land. There next to that sign, it says, home is where you make it. Interesting. Interesting in the fact that kind of what happened in this WandaVision series is they're living in this town, and their house gets burnt. Somebody goes and it's found that it was actual arson. Somebody went and burned down their house because they didn't want a mutant and a robot or a synthoid living in their neighborhood, and they burned down their house. Well, Wanda and Vision moved to this little town, and their real estate broker, Norm, but got them a house and everything. Went and showed it to them. They were happy. They were ready to buy it. Naturally, there were some townspeople who didn't want them, wanted their paperwork to get caught up, to take a while. You ever close the house? Escrow? It can be a bitch. Let me tell you. So, got some interesting stuff there, and that's kind of what they're doing in that town is, what it is most of these people don't want Wanda and Vision there, and they're trying to prevent them from being there. But Wanda's like, oh no, this is where we're gonna be at. We're gonna stay here, and it's gonna be all good. These little few people who don't want us here, it'll be all right. It'll be okay. This is our home now. I just want to fit in, right? and that's kind of what we get here. The townspeople, they go and they threaten them, and like it's pretty crazy. You get introduced to Glamour and Illusion, who actually help Wanda and Vision against some of these bad guys. And that's as far as I've gotten right here. You missed the Easy and Synthezoid. Oh yeah, Synthezoid. And yeah, I've been reading so much, like Hero. Yesterday I'm sitting there like reading all this stuff, and like my mind is constantly blown as I'm sitting here watching this or reading all this stuff, and I'm like, man. And the way this only feeds into the theories that I already have with this, and then reading this series, is like, and then to think I haven't even got into the House of M yet. I haven't even got there yet. I almost don't know if I need to. And I almost wonder if that's even really what's going on here. What's interesting is reading through this series, this Wanda and Vision series, you get into here, and of course, what do they have in there? Editor's notes. And the editor's notes, what do? They usually take you to other issues out there, right? Other issues and everything. Well, one of the things that we learn about in this series is, well, New Salem. And how New Salem is there with its 666 inhabitants, all of which are some sort of mage. And they're there in New Salem after, basically after they had all ditched Salem after the Salem witch trials. And they live in this in New Salem, which is in an inconspicuous place. You wouldn't find it on a map. It's hidden, much like Wakanda or Wakanada, and it's hidden off the map in a place you can't see on the map. In a place you can't see from the sky, just like Wakanda. Wakanda? And it's very, very interesting. They don't want to be found. They're living in their own little town without being interrupted by everybody. And that's kind of what they want. But what else do they want? There's actually seven mages, grandchildren of Agatha Harkness, who wants to resurrect, well, not even resurrect necessarily, her son. Now, the interesting thing here through all of this story, we also get introduced to who? We also get introduced to the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper who wants to resurrect his brother, who Vision was made by it. There's some really strange things going on here. There's a lot of it, especially once you get into like Phineas Horton and all of this stuff. Very interesting past all of these characters have, like Vision previously being the Human Torch, and how the Human Torch is obviously part of the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four are out on a mission. They end up going to New Salem. The Fantastic Four go to New Salem. Hang out with Agatha Harkness. They're sitting there going through a how would you say, a ritual. All the Franklins are, or the Reeds. Franklin is there with him. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I've said, I'm sitting here like thinking about this. I'm like, Franklin's there with him, and basically as they're there at this ritual, it's these Agatha is there, and she's starting this ritual. Well, what happens is her grandchildren, these 7 mages, are trying to resurrect her son. And who's her son? Oh, Senor Scratchy. Nicholas Scratch, who is banned to the Dark Dimension by his mother Agatha. They're trying to resurrect him and bring him back to the real world, right? To the real world through this enchantment. Well, while they're there at this ritual, what happens is everybody there gets entranced. They're sitting there entranced as this is all going down. Well, what happens is as everybody is sitting there being entranced, getting absorbed, and Nicholas Scratch is coming back, Franklin Richards kind of intervenes and saves everybody with his powers that they thought were gone. They thought were latent and no more. They save everybody, including Agatha Harkness. Franklin Richards does. With his reality warping abilities. Interesting. Now, you get in there. You get in there and you're reading all this stuff. It's like, interesting. The Fantastic Four, huh? The Fantastic Four are in there. And then, that was one of those editor's notes. Then you go back to the WandaVision series and you see that these 7 mages, these 7 grandchildren of Agatha Harkness are, they need to use Wanda in their ritual. Agatha Harkness is dead, but she ends up showing up as right at the same time that Wanda uses her magic and ends up conceiving a child. Now, the interesting thing here is like all of these people, all of these things going on here are all referenced. Like that whole intro scene of WandaVision is referenced like in this series. Like I said, I thought I seen Black Talon there on that sign, the WandaVisions or the Westview sign. Home is where you make it. There's like a little electrical pole, and it looks like there's Black Talon on there. And I'm like, hey, what's this all about? He's on the cover of the first issue, and we see what Black Talon is actually there trying to do. He's actually there helping these mages, if you will. Anyway, and it goes on, and then we get the references of Grim Reaper and everything in this intro as well. And sure enough, Grim Reaper is in this WandaVision series as well. And yes, he's trying to resurrect and bring back his brother, and he wants to do that using vision. And it's very interesting, everything going on here, because I'm like, okay, seeing all this stuff that's going on here in this book and what we see in the WandaVision series, it's very close. It's very similar. Of course, we know they don't do direct adaptations. They do change things. They do change things up. Well, and the funny thing is in that intro, we also get the references of Whizzer, which is very interesting, because in the same series, they talk about Whizzer and Miss America. Yeah, Miss America and Whizzer were, I believe they were married, and they actually adopted, was it them? Who adopted Wanda and Pietro originally, and then whatever happened, they're like, oh, we can't do this, and that's when the kids went off with the Maximoffs. Interesting. Because in this story, in that intro of WandaVision episode 2, we get the references of Black Talon in there. We get Grim Reaper. We get Whizzer. The only thing I didn't really see was a Miss America reference in there. I didn't see that Miss America one. But it's probably there. The other interesting thing that I found digging through all of this stuff was that spider web there. That spider web that's in that same intro with Grim Reaper. And there's a lot of interesting things as I went through this. Looking for some of this. Just like, man. It gets sticky. I'll tell you that much. But, yes. There's if you have Marvel Unlimited, go check it out. Go check out this WandaVision series. Go dig into some of the stuff. Go read some of those old Avengers stories talking about Vision and stuff like that, because they're going to lead you to Wonder Man and Human Torch and Fantastic Four. Needless to say, I think WandaVision, and I was talking about this yesterday, I think WandaVision is actually, it's getting ready to I think it's really getting ready to explode and blow this whole thing open. I think we might actually, just from what I've been reading, it makes me wonder if we're going to get Fantastic Four actually teased in this series. Teased. I don't think they'll be in it, but teased in this series. Which is crazy considering what we've seen getting into Spider-Man, to Spider-Man 3, and what we're going to get in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And how all this ties in to possibly Falcon and Winter Soldier, Red Skull, and Sin. And all of these things are things I've kind of been talking about here that really kind of tie in, and all that stuff ties into the theories that I've had about Pleasant Hill being developed here. And then thinking about some of this stuff as well, and like I was saying yesterday about Monica Rambeau. Why are we not talking about Monica Rambeau and whether she's already Captain Marvel, Photon, or Spectrum, whatever they're gonna introduce her as in this series? What are we going to see her get her powers here? Because, oh man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Go read this series. If you have Marvel Unlimited, go read that Vision and Scarlet Witch series where they had the baby and all that stuff. There's a lot of crazy things in there. We even do get the references of Bova in there. You know, you see that in the intro as well, where they went to live with Man, I can't. I think that was her name. Bova. There on Mount Wundagore. There's a lot. There's a lot there. Like yesterday afternoon, I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna get caught up and get finished on all my comic book reading, but then I dived into that, and no, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. Okay. Shapiro is so funny. I love how stumped he leaves people. Oh yeah, I've watched plenty of Shapiro stuff. I'm just kidding, man. ReeferMan says, "Old man on the back of the porch, old man. Old man is me, presidents of the USA." What? I must have missed something. I don't know that song. I don't know that song, Reefer. You got me on that one. And I'm guessing you're talking about that band, the Presidents of the United States of America. I never really knew them. Aren't they the ones who done Lump? I think so. Did you see my Phase 4? Did you see my Phase 4 figured out thing? What Phase 4 figured out thing? You missed the the Synthezoid. Yeah. What is really going on is Phoenix Rising. I'll have to get into that too. I think the new Illuminati will be President Hulk, Shuri, Valkyrie, Doctor Strange, and Swords Task Force, either Ultimates or Annihilators. Huh. Interesting. George, thank you so much for being here. Says Norm assists the Doctor in his lab work before Dr. Care arms him with a nuclear device. He is a life model decoy based in the comics. Norm assists which Doctor? Dr. Care. Dr. Care? What series is that in, George? What series is that in? Because America, Wakanda... Oh, Wakanda? Because America, Wakanda, New Asgard, Sanctums, and Sword are most equipped to protect Earth. Yeah, absolutely. George says Philip Jones was the husband of the sorceress, adventurer, and member of the Squadron Supreme Arcana. Was he really? Interesting, because I was searching. I searched that name to see if I could find it anywhere, and it didn't. The only thing it came up with the closest it came up with was the obvious Jones that we all know from Marvel Comics, Rick Jones. I couldn't find a Phil Jones, but that's interesting. The Sorcerer's Adventure of the Member School Arcana, huh? interesting. And what's Arcana do? Spencer Elbin, thank you so much for being here. ReeferMan says, Sin, fear itself, please animate it if possible. Yeah, well, here's the thing is I think it's possible we could get Sin coming up very soon in the MCU. Definitely coming up soon. After Endgame, they're just starting, and now it's going through the roof. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's blowing up now, and that's what they're gonna do. Like I said, I was thinking that this WandaVision series was gonna introduce us to a few new characters, like maybe 4 tops new characters that are gonna carry on into the MCU. I have a feeling we're getting a lot more than that. And just at this point too, seeing what's going on in the series with Agnes and what is possibly going on here altogether. Pretty crazy stuff, especially with All Hallows Eve and them wanting to resurrect Agatha Harkness, because on All Hallows Eve happens to be the one time when the plane between where I can't remember where she's at, stuck in death. You know, I think she's dead, I guess, or stuck in some other realm. But on All Hallows Eve, that plane is open enough, thin enough, they're saying, or something like that, where they can make that transference to bring Agatha Harkness back into this reality, which is interesting considering that's kind of what they're wanting to do with Wonder Man, but that's what the Grim Reaper was wanting to do with his brother Wonder Man, Eric, right? And it's interesting too because Eric Williams and Simon Williams, they're brothers. Simon Williams, his company, Williams Enterprises, Williams Innovations, they are, you would think, be in direct competition with Tony Stark, the Starks. And it makes it seem like Tony Stark appropriated Simon Williams' work. Interesting, isn't it? The Stark sham. Ooh, you know about me, man, and the Stark sham and Tony Stark appropriating everybody's work, like creating that new element that was actually created by Dr. Arnim Zola. Hail Hydra. Tony Stark appropriating people's work? Like maybe Barf? Like maybe the Williams stuff? Yeah, I just couldn't imagine. And in this case, I guess we could really and see, and that's where it gets interesting too, is when we get into Ultron. Then we start talking about Ultron. You want to talk about Ultron and what he has to do with all this? Is Ultron who actually has them trapped in Westview? Is it Ultron? Is it Ultron maybe working with the Grim Reaper? I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff. Social Distance Warrior, what is up, my man? How are you doing? I hope all is going well with you. I'm sure you're staying busy with work and everything, man. Good deal. Glad to see you here. Chad, what is up, my man? Chappie, how are you doing? Spencer Elvin says Monica might get her powers in Captain Marvel too. That'd be my guess. It could be. The only thing I'm thinking here, Spencer, is the fact that the reality warping capabilities of Wanda Maximoff and everything that we've and like I said, I'm reading in this series and everything too. I'm like, dude, is she actually going to be the one to give her powers? Give Monica her powers? Yeah, Chad, and Chad knows. Lump, she's lump. Yeah, nah. Okay, Landon TLB, what is up, my man? How are you doing? Now, you know the other interesting thing here, when thinking about WandaVision, and remember that first infomercial, that toaster that we got in that first episode? The interesting thing here is, in the WandaVision series, when Wanda's first talking to Vision about having a kid, they're talking about Vision, and they're talking about Vision not being real, his synthezoid body, but they're talking about his mind actually being human, while everything else about him is basically like, and that's the thing he references is if somebody is missing a leg and they get a prosthetic, you know, like he's basically saying that he is all human. He is a human mind, but he is a prosthetic body. And that's where they start getting into some of that kinds of stuff. And that's where they get into having, Wanda starts talking about having children. And, you know, it's funny because Vision says that he'll love the children, no matter whether they're human, mutant, or even a toaster. Interesting, right? A toaster. You think? You think? Interesting. Wasn't it rumored that Captain Marvel 2, she loses her powers to Rogue? How is Monica getting them after this? It's rumored that in Captain Marvel 2, she loses her powers. The Who does. The Who loses her powers to Rogue. The Captain Marvel does? Like in the comics? Yeah. A lot of those rumors were coming out at a time when I don't even think they were working on Captain Marvel 2 yet. And to be honest with you, are they working on it right now? Is it in any stage of production? Maybe so. Maybe so. Louis the 13th, thank you so much for being here. Got the day off. Going to watch all my nerdy content today. Oh yeah, and the den's getting ready to go live in a few minutes. I know it's gonna be good. We're gonna get off here in a few minutes. Go get my kids ready for school and get my morning workout in, and get ready to go out there and go to work, man. Yeah, I'm not off today. But I'm my own boss, so I could be off any day I want to if I really wanted to, but not on a Thursday. Thursday's the money maker day. It's the money maker day. Let's see. But yeah, those Captain Marvel 2 rumors. I'm not sure how much I would believe. I'm not sure how much I'd believe any of those right now. I mean, we got a director. We know we know who the director's going to be. We know Brie Larson will be in it. Well, wait, I don't know. Wait, no, dang it. We don't know that. We don't know that because Brie Larson is she's on the outs with Disney. they don't like her anymore. She's not good for the Disney brand. She's a YouTuber now. She's one of us. She don't research anything. She just goes and flaps her gums. Sorry. I just had to roll with that. Just the whole rumor thing. Just because I think about all that stuff and I just think about like I don't know. I'm sorry. It's funny too, especially with like all the leaker stuff going on lately. You know, like the past couple of days, people all upset over at Josh at the Den of Nerds because of you know, the leaks. Oh my God! Spoiler warnings! Gave me spoiler. Oh my God, dude, that's so hilarious. People like upset about leaks and spoilers and stuff. It's like, bruh, what are you doing on a channel that talks about leaks and spoilers, bruh? The Rogue rumor was fake. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And the only reason I think that it's fake is because we don't have mutants in the MCU yet. I think they're going to be introduced, and by the time Captain Marvel 2 gets here, they actually very well could have mutants introduced enough to have Rogue in there and do that. I do think that, though. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I'm just laughing at all that stuff because, I mean, I think all those rumors were coming out like last year or something like that, right after Comic-Con. It's like, bro, they got the title. They got that. They don't even have a director yet, so they haven't really even worked on anything. They probably have people like thinking up ideas for scripts and stuff like that. Hopefully trying to think about ways to hashtag fix Captain Marvel. Let's see. The report of who going to be in the report of who going to be in Black Panther 2 excites me. Who did they say is going to be in Black Panther 2? Who did they say is going to be in Black Panther 2? I haven't been like I don't really pay attention to a whole lot of like the like those. I wouldn't say like the rumor mill or like, but some of those things like I don't look into like unless like there's only certain places I'll go to and look for stuff like that. So, and really, when I do it, a lot of it I only do to help feed my own speculation and rumors and stuff like that. Because like theories and all that stuff, I like to go with my own. Even if we got leaks and shit out there, I'm like, dude, you know what? Even with those leaks, I can take those leaks and I can work with those. I can work with those within the confines of my own theories, and that's what I like to go off of. But that's one thing I like about hearing other people's theories. But the thing is, like, some of the clickbaity people out there with the like, they do the leaker thing and then they try to do all that. So I'm like, okay, like do one thing, do one thing. Are you a leaker or are you making theories? I'm just saying. Um, my sources say that Captain Marvel 2 is a go, says Aggressively Relaxing. Guys, make sure you go check out Aggressively Relaxing's channel, man. He does some great videos. And I'm telling you, bro, get on camera more. Use that moneymaker. George says Vision is being hijacked for sure, while Wanda is interstate. Interstate somehow is connected to him. I'm not sure how it's connected to connected witches and machines. Rumor is false. Okay, that's how Monica gets the powers instead of Rogue. Yeah, no, I don't know, and that's the thing. George. Yeah, and like, yeah, a lot of those things are like clickbaity rumors. Like some of them you gotta kind of really question. But I mean, really, at this point, you never really know, because if they're at a stage in production where they're just starting to write and put ideas together, anything's a go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But. Yeah, and that's kind of like with Vision. That's kind of been my thing the whole time. Is I think somebody is actually using his construct, the Vision construct, to manipulate Wanda, but also kind of utilize his computing power for whatever their own means are. Because that's why I say I think what's going on in his. In Westview at that computer services place, like that computer services place that he works for, Vision works for in there. It's a new place. It's brand new. The town is brand new. Like most of these people have no clue why they're really there, except for the people who are playing into the whole illusion. And the thing is, they're working there, and I'm saying that I think Vision is a computer program, and they're trying to utilize him. Mr. Hart is the heart of the computer program in which they are using, and Norm is he's the communist. He's the red version of Vision. He's the Norm version. And that's what they're doing. Like, and he's trying to. And when they gave him that stick of gum, that big red gum, that was a virus that they were utilizing to try to hijack him, to see, you know, like it was a virus in the end. And Wanda got that virus out of him. And also, not only that, but I think that's what happened to Mr. Hart, because he was the boss. Vision ended up saving his life, essentially. He made him proud tonight, son. See me on Monday and let's talk about that promotion. I think that he proved that he was worthy and one-upped him. Basically, he became like the alpha. Right? He became the alpha program there. And now Vision is actually in charge and running shit. And not and not Mr. Hart. And that's why we don't see Mr. Hart in the trailer or in the second episode. And that is like it was like a power move, right? So now like Vision's in charge. And there's just a lot of stuff going on there. Crazy stuff. The Widow with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for the $10. Says drops a super sticker. Says yippee. Yeah, I know I'm nerding out right now. I'm nerding out. I'm nerding out right now. But I do think that's what's going on. Is I think they are trying to utilize that, and it's crazy too. And you know what's weird is thinking of Mr. Hart and Mrs. Hart too was something else that they were talking about when Franklin Richards went in to save the day. It was love that saved the day. Crazy. I hope Captain Marvel becomes an actual character. Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, and see, here from the comics I read, Brie Larson nails Captain Marvel 100%. I've argued here, you cannot like the Captain Marvel movie all you want. It's the most comic accurate one. It's the most comic accurate one we've got, or based off the modern Captain Marvel comics. It's like the most comic accurate ever. Doom forcing Wakanda versus Atlantis could be. Heezy28, thank you so much for being here. Aggressively Relaxing says, my sources are saying Rogue is definitely going to take Captain Marvel's powers. They're saying Denzel Washington is up for the role of Rogue. Oh, dude, you know what? I mean, I don't like the fact that they're going to tokenize Rogue and make her black, being Denzel Washington. But Denzel as Rogue, I love it. I love it. I almost like that as much as my idea. I mean, you guys probably didn't. Nobody was really around watching all my scoops and everything a couple years ago. But when we announced that, what's her name? Oh man, why all of a sudden did I forget her name? Man, why am I gonna have to look this up? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I have to look up. Oh man, why all of a sudden did I forget her name? Yeah. That Lupita Nyong'o is going to be Wolverine in the MCU. That's how she gets the adamantium. Of course, that was Myrtle reporting on that, but yeah. Denzel, you're crazy aggressively. George says, yeah, people know the comics and then wonder what they adapt them from, but MCU is way different somehow, and they do new and different stuff with it. Yeah, and like I said, I think this one they're taking and tossing it all in a blender. They're blending a lot of things together here. That's why I still think that this Pleasant Hill thing is still being adapted in here. I think it's still being adapted in here. Hey, it's the forehead of security, the Godfather. What is up, my man? Yeah, man, the forehead of security right here, baby. You got your badges. Everybody get ready to get your badges on anyway. It's about that time. About time to head to the tower. I'm in the basement of the tower right now, the 3rd floor basement. Dr. Doom and Killmonger coming back. These are from the same person who reported on live action Spider-Verse. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't really see, I don't know. I like some of the stuff it gets to be much, and I hate going to all these different sites to look at people's leaks and all that stuff, especially considering that you're more likely to get a virus there than having unprotected sex on your prom night. So, I mean, yeah. My computer don't need no virus. I want people to like my videos for its content, not my obvious sex appeal. My sources say that I just want you all to like me for me. No, aggressively. Use that money maker, baby. Use it. Oh, man, that's funny. Like the green on the chat. Yeah. Let's see. And again, the Widow, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Thanks for shaving the beard. It was giving all beards a bad name. It was. Well, I only really had the goatee growing. I just had the chops going with it too. That's all. George says, yeah, no, thanks for clearing that up on how to translate what's going on in the show somehow. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on there. George says, I can't wait for Dr. Doom. Who's gonna play him? Same goes for Fantastic Four. Dr. Doom, I say for Dr. Doom, we need John Krasinski. Krasinski for Doom. You're not wrong. She was good. She was good, and in EMH, because what's EMH? Because she was a side character that bounced off others well in EMH. EMH. What's EMH? You got me there. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for today's video. I got to go here, get the kids all woke up and get them some breakfast ready for school and all of that stuff. Going to get here, get my morning workout. And then, guys, tonight we are going to do a community stream. So if you guys would like to, make sure that you come hang out. We're going to make sure that you have Skype. We're going to get on Skype and we're going to invite some people. We're going to come in and we're going to talk about theories and expectations and whatever, all of those different things that we're going to have for episode 3 of WandaVision, premiering tomorrow morning. I almost feel like I want to wake up for it. But yeah, I'm probably not. I'm not waking up at midnight. But anyway, guys, you all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. And Ray Hall, if you're watching this, I'm gonna try to get that video out, but I think episode 3 is going to it's gonna blow my mind. Anyway, you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.